G'day everyone, Ben here from Catch Pro Australia on the set of Lawn Care Skull Sessions with the co-host Bearded Lawnsman.
What up, G-Money?
We're back again. Is this consecutive weeks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking crazy.
It's...
I do have stuff I should be doing right now, but...
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm, for the first time, I'm caught up.
Well, we're wearing the same shirt.
Yes. I didn't have this on before.
Oh my God, you just went and changed.
No, like I must have taken my shirt off and
Yeah.
I was thinking like, where is it? It's weird weather at the moment. Like if you're inside or you're undercover, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
If you go into the sun, it's really hot.
It's fucking warm.
We're not used to that in Brisbane because it's always so humid that
Yeah.
you're just hot as fuck no matter what.
Yeah, humidity.
That humidity's kind of gone now.
It has. I copped a little bit yesterday. I was out, but I was in like a pretty damp, shady area and middle of the day. It gets a bit steamy. That's all right. You get a bit of scrot rot.
I went for a swim at
Did you?
10 o'clock at night.
Fuck.
On Wednesday night.
Was it chilly on your willy?
It was nice.
Yeah, okay.
But
Your pool's a little bit shallower than mine, I think. And for some reason...
my pool was a fucking hot box.
Mine is fucking so deep and cold.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say ours is a cold pool by any means.
Ours is fucking freezing.
So this was our first summer with a pool, and for most of the summer, the girls would be like, "Oh, you want to go for a swim?" And I was like, "It's too hot to go swimming," because the pool was just hot. Like,
Really?
it wouldn't cool you down. And then I had a look on like some just other, social media pages and stuff. And lots of people in Queensland actually freeze ice cubes.
What?
Freeze the ice cream containers.
Yeah.
Throw them in the pool so that it chills it a bit.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea.
It just sits out there and bakes in the sun.
Yeah. There was a few days there where I jumped in and it was like just jumping into a big fucking piss bukkake.
Yeah.
It was, it's like that perfect temperature where it's hotter than you and it's like, ooh. What a first world fucking problem that is, eh?
Yeah,
my pool's too warm.
So our chlorine actually needs sun cream.
So does mine.
Yeah, it's like Queensland
a
thing.
sunblock.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that? Why am I getting shut? Because I get a pool guy out I only get him every 2 weeks. Once a month. He comes out and fucking checks it all up. And yeah, if I thought I could fucking afford it, I'd get him in every week. But yeah, saves me.
We fired our guy, eh?
Fucking catch you later. What
He's
do
a
you
nice
do?
guy, but...
He wasn't doing anything? Wasn't doing anything
no,
you couldn't do
wasn't that.
yourself?
Yeah, I was just more like... This is obviously my first pool, but...
Yeah.
I did have a pool at a rental, and it was in our rent. We had no option.
Oh, okay.
And we kind of just used them to get us kick-started, and then after a while, we were like, man, we got this.
And plus, you're working from home, and your pool is like... See mine, I have to go down the back and fucking go down some more. And
More first world problems.
yeah.
I have to fucking open up a gate to get into mine.
You fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, I got to open up a sliding door and then a gate. Yeah, I feel like a piece of shit now.
So,
Well, you fucking guess what?
What?
All the fucking, all the bigwigs are locked in for the event.
Beautiful stuff.
So I can announce now that Ego, Bushranger, and Skag have taken one show each.
As major sponsors?
As major sponsors, which is fucking awesome. There's
Do we have an applause button?
Where are we? Yeah!
Fuck yeah! Show us where you pissed from.
Fuck yeah! So that's sick. Yeah.
Do you reckon we could get Duncan, Baz, and Paul to have a three-way pash?
Yes. Do you reckon we should try and get them all in here?
Nah, fuck that.
Do you reckon 5 dicks is just too many?
What do we talk about? Like, Baz is just so consumed. Like, he only talks about ego. Duncan... I guess Paul can get amongst it too.
Yeah, fuck.
So
Yeah.
Baz was the only one who got dissed there.
Yeah, sorry, Baz.
Sorry, Baz, still love you. But
Fuck. Piece of shit, Ben. No, I was talking about
I've been
about
called
actually.
worse this morning.
Oh, just this morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fucking. It's been a wild season, man. I definitely have a little less juice at the end of this season. Well, I've finally seen like a stunt to the growth, and it's it's taking its toll. I think it's taking its toll on my staff too. So
I would suggest that this particular week has been. Look, it's the first week that we actually haven't had rain every day.
It's been so nice.
Everything's beautiful and green, but
you said there was a big chunk of rain come through yesterday, didn't you?
It just looked like fucking doomsday was coming. We didn't get that much rain.
The boys at Mount Cravat said they got bukkakied, but you know, I don't think it was that bad.
I would expect that the slightly cooler temperatures have made it so that instead of needing to mow your lawn, you know, like every couple of days, I could still mow once a week. Easy.
Yeah,
easy. Like,
I've been mowing more often. I've got myself a little battery mower, so it's kind of convenient. It just tucks underneath the stairs, so I'm just fucking pulling that out whenever things look long. It's But I'm going to try and set up. I've got a Segway, and I'm going to try and set it up at one of the villages. I didn't know they were going to be so hard to put one in. Like they're like, oh, we need to put in a proposal to the residents committee, and then you need to put in a proposal to the owners. Like, and I was just like, geez, I just want a little fucking robot to mow some grass, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's only a trip hazard.
Well, the fucking thing's not going to be running it during the day. It'll just do its thing during the night. Yeah, I know.
Fucking remember good old Clem Jones?
Yeah.
He wasn't there when you were there, Clemmy?
Yeah, Clemmy.
Okay.
The old garbage man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there and he went fucking walkabout.
Yeah, but he was always hooking around, eh?
Yeah, true that.
We used to leave Mulch there and the fuckers would come out at night, and mulch their gardens.
I'll never forget the Polish hammer. She come out, this little old Polish lady. Yeah, she's always bending over with fucking, oh, dude. Anyway,
I used to always get rusty with that, eh? I'd be like, where Russ?
Oh, speaking of rusty, this morning I got to fucking my village and I'm there talking to Luke. I'm servicing the V-Ride, chucking some new fucking choppers on it. And I was like, Rusty's car's here. What's Rusty doing? Is he doing the bins? And I looked outside, the ute's still there. I'm thinking, what's going on? This fucking bloke took a fucking 2-hour shit. A 2-hour shit. And I was like...
Do you reckon it was a cum shit?
I was like, the fuck's going on, dude? He's like, oh, yeah, you wouldn't believe it, mate. It was fucking... The wooden spoon out again? 6 days. No, I've seen... Look, this guy... And we're back to shit talk already. Sorry about this, guys. It's 7 minutes in. We're already talking about shit. This guy's left a fucking snake in the toilet that I got approached. Everyone came and actually saw me and said, are you okay? And I was like, oh, fuck, is it that day already? And no, it was just a gigantic shit that Russell had left. It wouldn't flush. And he just left it in there. It was so big that when you flushed it, it looked like it was swimming back out of the bowl. Like it was anchored at the bottom. Anyway, he's fucking come out of the toilet. I'm like, where have you been? He's like, oh, you wouldn't fucking believe. It's 6 days. I was like, what the fuck? Problems. Where do I fucking get my 2 hours back, cunt? Like I've never taken a 2-hour shit in my life.
Good old Russ.
I'd
give up after 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah,
it'd be like, nah, it's not coming.
Yeah, I just fucking grab something and smush off the front half. Get back to midday. Wait till it's ready.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Apart from the poo-poo. What else is happening?
Oh, man. Look, I've just been fucking on, just turbo. Just getting everything organised for the event. There's still 3 months to go to the first one, but, you know, the more on top of it I am now, the easier it'll be in the future. Turn your fucking phone. Oh, is it your phone or your fucking...
But it should sync between everything.
Yeah, technology, mate.
Fucking, it's fantastic till it lets you down.
Yeah, bloody mugs. Yeah, we've had some good fucking big brands coming back to us and saying, yeah, we're on board. And, I think I've contacted so far, I've actually physically spoken to about 40 distributors and suppliers, and I've got a book at home. Every time I think of someone, like poor old fucking Kubota, completely forgot about Kubota, so I've got to get onto that when I get home. Who else? There's a couple in there.
Those big mobs are difficult to get into.
They are like I know that there'll be a conflict for one of the dates with a Husqvarna event, but I'm still hoping that they can either make an appearance or make a donation or something like that, because that would, they're a big part of our industry, and it'll suck without them there. But look, there's going to be a fuckload. Oh, Mean Green was the other one that I haven't got in contact with. So hopefully, I don't know. If anyone's listening and they're a supplier, a distributor, a dealer, you want to see someone there, left field, I don't care who it is, let me know. And if you have the contact details, even better. But yeah, if you want to reach out to me on my socials or on the llee.com.au website, there's a, have your say, there's a dealer, a distributor register, there's a registration for contractors and, just anyone who wants to come really. That's where I'll start to push that a little bit more, because that's how we're going to do the door prize tickets this year.
Sure.
Because last year, my poor wife and her sister, they would just run off their feet. I had to run out halfway through the event and get another box of like 100 books of tickets.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The line was fucking 2 miles long. So, big props to everyone I've spoken to. Baz from Ego, Duncan, International Mowers, Paul Sheehan, Brad from SME, the crew at Massport. They've just reached out to me just as we were talking before. I think her name's Sarah from.
Were they trying to get Gravely back?
oh shit!
See, I can talk as much smack as I want.
Yeah, you talk to everyone, so they all know that you're going to try and shit stir. But yeah, look, I'm just looking to get as much content as people want. Like, I just don't want it to be like stuff that I like. I want everyone to have their say, because it's for the broader range.
Yes. Now, also, I don't know if I mentioned this on last podcast, but we cracked 100,000 downloads.
I think you mentioned it. Oh, that's the wrong button. Hey!
And it did take us a little while to get there.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it at the end. Shut up.
Oh, I did I?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it right at the end.
See, I don't even know what we fucking talked about last week.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I was about to say something real.
I don't even know what we're talking about this week, man. Fuck.
We're just talking some shit.
But
spinning some yarns.
Yeah, it was cool to get, that milestone.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. And 100,000 downloads. That's a decent number.
Yeah.
Although when you look at like Brian's line maintenance and fucking Paul Jameson and stuff like that, they're like, yeah, we get 100,000 downloads a month. It's like, oh, fuck you, dogs.
Yeah, I know. It's but it's a different game here, man. Like,
true that.
You just, our industry's just not as big as theirs.
I'm so thirsty. I know it's not as hot, but I'm super thirsty.
I'm super smoky today.
Yeah, you're all smoky. I'm all thirsty.
Because I'm stressing.
Oh, don't stress. What's wrong? Oh, you might be able to hear it in the background.
Yeah, we're having some works done today at the Van der Giesen household. So getting block wall and getting some fill in and dodging the council and all sorts of stuff. Shorey.
Yeah.
He's running the job.
Yeah, Shorey from Live Outdoors. We should fucking go and see what he's doing. Get him in here for 5 minutes.
Oh, look, I thought about it, but this is not enough room.
Maybe if I need to take a 2-hour shit, he can come and take my place.
But one day we will get him back on, because he's been doing some really mad stuff in the industry again.
Yep.
And it's always fun to just, get a bit of a different
And he's
feel.
a fucking good bloke. He's a good for a chat.
Yes. Now, something else that I want to chat about, it's not going to be like today's topic or anything, but I had an idea for maybe a topic next week.
Mm-hmm.
And we will probably put a post on LNCA just to get a bit of content, see if we got some, funny stuff going. But I was thinking about like incidents that have happened, like just inappropriate incidents. Like we've seen lots of posts. Like, I can't believe how many dildos have been found.
Oh yeah, I've found 2.
But whether
I've kept them.
I'd be interested to do an interactive post and read directly from the thread. What has happened on a job that has just been like, and when I say inappropriate, I mean, it would be something that's not the norm. Like, have you, I've heard stories. Look, these things never really actually happened to me.
Yeah. You saw some granny puss.
Yes, I did. And there has been, little moments and stuff, but mate, I've talked to contractors.
It's not a fucking little moment.
No, that was a big moment.
Seeing someone.
That was a big puss too.
It was a big.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
long.
It just
because you can't really judge a vagine from the front,
she was sitting there with.
Oh, I thought she was at the door.
She was at the door, sitting down, naked.
Holy fuck!
It's like she was airing it out or something.
Pardonnez-moi.
Yeah, man, you could have just uppercutted that thing and been like inside her. That was a queef.
Fucking hell, dude.
Anyways, look, I thought it'd be a fun episode to do. Just one. I remember I was talking to a contractor once, and he reckons he rocked up to a place, and the woman, has just answered in like a full dominatrix outfit.
Damn.
And I'd love to hear other stories and what's happened. I know like there's a lot more ladies on LMCA now.
I was just about to, yeah.
And I know that they probably have some stories that they might not want to share. Which what I would encourage is because this particular episode and thread could get out of hand. All right. So if you definitely don't participate if something, say, traumatic has happened.
Yeah.
We want to keep it fun and games.
Yeah.
We want to hear the funny stuff.
And you can post anonymously as well.
Like, we don't want to hear a story of, like, if there was, like, a lady contractor who was, like, mowing.
Being harassed and shit.
Someone, put her in a sleeper hold and brought her into the house. Like, we don't want to hear that shit. We just want to hear the funny stuff and some of the things that are, like, if you heard some moaning and groaning while you were... doing the all
what's that?
All the fuck my little asshole, fuck it.
Oh Jesus, this is a good one.
So I'll put that thread up. I'm assuming people are going to be listening to this Monday.
Yeah,
I'll probably put the thread up Monday night. To be honest.
Yeah. Don't forget to go and leave a review. We are the most unprofessional podcast.
Fuck the reviews. Fuck the reviews.
I'm just saying, like, we're the lawn mowing and contracting podcast that gives you what no other does. That's get noises and all the rest.
Now, something else I really want to talk about that has just resurfaced, and I guess it never really went away. Herpes. I haven't heard of herpes. Does herpes still exist?
Fuck yeah.
I thought all these young people had all this other fucked up shit going on.
I don't know. It's probably beefed up now. Probably take an old cob out like me and just fucking wring me out to dry. Herpes got me.
No, anyway, a little different to herpes. It's catch versus mulch again.
Oh, Jesus.
It just won't go away.
Fuck yeah.
But you know what? You know what I truly love about it, right? Is I love that it doesn't involve me anymore.
Yeah, it has.
Like, it's no longer one of these things like, this dude fucking but it's like it's the contractors and they're like, no, like you got to do it this way, and I'm doing it, and then and I just love it.
I personally just see it and I kind of hover around.
You don't participate?
I don't participate anymore. I just hover around, just watching what's going on, because to be honest,
I still like to get amongst
I do all of it. Like, I catch, mulch, I fucking try and do fucking backflips, and it just fucking
so do you
doesn't
actually
bother
mulch?
me anymore.
Do you actually, what do you mulch with?
So I use a mulch plug in the pushies from time to time.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah. Just at the villages,
see,
just on low growth.
Yep.
Because I am of the agreement that mulch has its place, but I do not agree that mulching leaves a better finish than catching.
So I think we've come to establish now that, and this is just off recent threads.
Yeah.
I think we've sort of established now that a lot of the key mulchers, the vocal ones, they're even really coming, and they're just saying, look, we never said it looks as good.
Yeah.
Like, but they're saying that now.
Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, with a robotic mower, it is mulching, but it is fucking doing it like every day or every second day.
Yeah,
so
see,
it's
to me, that
completely
doesn't
different.
count.
It doesn't count. It's a whole different. That's a whole different ball game.
Like if I came out and mowed my, I mean, I can't use my lawn as an example.
Yeah.
It's just not like. But let's just say I had laid all blue cooch or green cooch, whatever it is. But pick your turf.
Yeah.
And I came out and mowed every single day with a mulch kit. It would be fucking flawless.
Yeah.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
And the robotic side is, let's say that these robots were limited and they couldn't come out every night. Well, you would have no concept.
Yeah.
That would be you couldn't.
Yeah.
They're just why would you do it? But the fact that they can. I mean, I think I might have run into a bloke, and I think theirs comes out 3 times a day.
Wow.
Yeah. It's only like a 40 square meter patch or something.
Fuck me dead.
But it comes out.
Would there be any fucking growth? I don't understand that at all. 3 times a day?
Yeah, I don't know.
Jesus.
But that's just what they've got it set to.
Fuck. All right.
I mean, it cuts it quickly.
Yeah, of course.
Like
yeah,
it just, does however
Yeah.
many rows,
I think all the brands are onto it now. I think they've seen that there is a market. I think there definitely is. I don't think it I don't think it's going to take anyone's jobs, but I think
Well, let me tell you a funny story.
Oh shit.
So I was talking to a rep.
Yeah.
His name's Roscoe.
Yes, I know
He's
Roscoe.
a fucking heartthrob.
God, he is.
If anyone,
He's just drip with sex appeal.
anyways, and you might get to see him at one of the shows.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was telling me a story that they had a robot out at a property and they were getting some issues. So people, like the owners, were sort of coming back to him and saying like, "Oh, this is fucked again," or whatever. And he just happened to ask a question like, "Oh, do you have like a contractor that comes does the whip snipping and stuff?" And the owner said, "Yeah, we do." And anyway, they installed some cameras, and turns out the bloke that used to mow, right, who just comes and does the snipping, was coming and fucking up the robot every time. Just fucking dog stomping it and doing all sorts of shit, like just ripping out a screw.
Giving it the fucking plover treatment.
Oh, come on. I just erased that out of my memory.
Sorry about that. Fuck. That's going to be my new fave.
So,
Jeez.
so that's a little bit of insight.
What a cheeky dog.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you don't have cameras, who knows what they're doing in the backyard?
Yeah, fucking up your robots, man.
Fucking having a seat and having a wank in the fucking pool area.
Just going in and just shanking it.
Just dipping it in the pool, just like fucking die.
But this catch versus mulch thing, obviously now, because I always felt responsible for the debate.
You fuck.
And it was great. We got great exposure.
Yeah.
And it was awesome to be able to educate, and but now it's way outgrown Catch Pro.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Gianni's and you got Walker, like all of these superior.
Yeah, it's become a fucking thing
that do so much more than what a Catch Pro could ever do.
Yeah.
But then also like the mulching side of things has been really innovative as well, with the use of different types of blades.
Yeah.
And then dedicated machines that like
like that Husqvarna, the rider, how it can switch from mulching to bagging. That's
but like the Mulch Master, the Victor.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't used any of these rigs, but like they're dedicated machines.
Yeah. And now let's not get confused side discharging and mulching. There is
because you know what? I have a feeling that the catching side of things really confuses, like the people who mulch generally have a mulch kit installed.
Yeah.
And they mulch.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes when a catching guy, I'm just going to use Daniel Smith as an example. Actually, no, I don't even need to.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know where I was going with that. But I think what I was going to say is sometimes I think people who catch get confused and they see like a really gross finished job.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, this cunt who's tried to mulch.
Yeah.
But they haven't. They've just side thrown it.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, like, well, even so, my footy club, like, I get a message every time we mow there, the quality is improving. And I keep side discharge. I'm not catching there. So they originally wanted it caught. I said, let me have a go. So I'm mowing it it was at 3¼ inches. So it's down to 2¼ inches now. And it's fucking schmick. I don't know if you saw that reel that I put up, but it's fucking looking the goods.
I did, but actually I saw the waterfront. The waterfront's looking amazing.
Well, I know a guy who knows a guy.
But I saw some clippings around it.
Yeah, there's fucking, I'm not catching it. How the fuck would you catch that? Could you imagine the size of the trailer you'd need to fucking dump all the clippings?
It would be impossible.
Yeah, it'd be fucking so much. I mean, nothing's
But I
impossible.
think you could mulch it at this time of year.
Yeah.
But I don't think
I'm not going to.
But I don't think you could have mulched that in the summer.
Well, no chance.
20
Even there's,
20 kilometres of coastline property.
Yeah.
I don't, that includes parks and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't believe, do you know how many square meters?
So it's something like 90,000 square meters.
Okay. I would have thought it would be bigger.
So it's 22 acres.
Okay.
Over 7-ish kilometers.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that it's the ground that I have to cover because it's not just the waterfront. So it's not just like paths and stuff all the way along the waterfront.
No,
it's parks,
and
they're
parks.
big parks. Like there's some big parks, like 7-8 acre parks. Oh, probably not 7 or 8. The big one, the Lighthouse Park, that's a big one.
Yeah, deceivingly, they're all big.
Yeah,
like all of Loader.
But I can knock that out in an 11-hour day. So, fucking look at that.
But no, going back to what you said, there does seem to be a discrepancy between side throwing and mulching.
Yeah.
They're just not the same things, folks.
No. There's different techniques to mulching and things like that. I think that mulching has its place. I think catching has its place. And side discharging definitely fucking has its place. Like, fucking imagine trying to catch the 40 acres.
Look, I am so neutral on this whole topic now. Like, I am Mr. Catch Pro, right? I sell grass catchers for a living, and that's how I make my money.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not some fucking idiot who will sit there. Like, I've got a 1 acre paddock here.
Yeah.
And, like, I go out 2 or 3 times a week, or 2 times a week, maybe one to 2 times a week. I go out and mow it, and I do not have the Catch Pro on. Now, I have caught sections of it before near my boundary.
When it gets a bit fluffy, or
no, like
just on a regular.
Yeah, like there'll be maybe. I mean, it's an extensive section.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like maybe 7 to 10 lines on a 52 inch, which is you're getting pretty far out then.
Yeah.
But I like to catch that because sometimes my dogs go out there, sometimes my kids go out there, and for the most part, I just don't want to see grass clippings there.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not some dude who is going to say, like, if you're cutting anything on a non-regular base, like, it's just, catching is just not going to be the most effective way to do that.
Yeah.
If you pick up a new client and their yard's a mess and they want to come on as a regular customer, sure. Do a big cleanup, slash it down, you might mulch it, you can unplug that, chuck whatever, or, whatever catching system you've got, you can catch it, clean it up, and then you can work toward it.
Yeah.
I understand that. But yeah, like I'm not, I know Kyle always says like, fuck, this catching thing's a scam and, and shows photos of these, it's fucking sprawling landscapes. Who the fuck's going to catch that?
Yeah, I know.
Daniel Smith might.
He might, yeah.
But nobody else is.
Yeah, no.
Nobody expects you to.
It's wild.
So
and he's not mulching, he's fucking side discharging.
That's right.
It's it's a big difference. You need a proper setup to actually mulch on a zero turn, to truly mulch. So
Now,
I don't mulch anything on my zero turn. I have a chute blocker and it's a deflector shield. I can get some sense of mulching, but
your buffaloes help out.
oh fuck yeah! But at the end of the day, like I'll have windrows and I'll fucking I can drop it down to a certain height and then I can float back over it at another height and disperse it nice.
So
and
that's
even.
what I do out here.
Okay, yeah.
And the grass types change a little bit. So in the really thick stuff, I actually just run the Pro Shield down and I create a windrow.
Yeah.
When it gets a little bit more sparse and not as dense, I can actually side throw and get like a pretty nice discharge where you don't actually see it. Just like you would see it if you walked over to it, but if you're driving past, generally you'd be like, oh, that's a nice paddock.
Yeah.
So what I do with my windrows, because they're these big fucking dirty windrows, is I do what you said, and I take it up 2 or 3 notches, and I then strategically mow it so that those clippings disperse and that you can't really see it.
Yeah. I mean, if I was having a double pass everywhere.
Just wait. Yeah, I'm getting there. That's what. But what I was going to say is to put it in context. The days that I do that style of mowing in that particular section where I've got the windrows, sometimes I actually do that, and sometimes I just put the Catch Pro on and I just hit those 10 lines, about a catch's worth.
Yeah.
And the catching is quicker.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the waste away. I'm not, all I have to do is dump it around a tree.
Yeah.
So, I do see a lot of comments about like, fuck, how do you make profit? Because you have to catch it and stuff. But to empty a catcher takes like 5 seconds of your life.
Yeah. And to be honest, like if I'm catching, I will charge accordingly to cover my costs. Like,
you have an applause button?
For someone to say, how do you make profit catching? That's like saying, how do you make profit mulching? You fucking charge accordingly. I don't go out there and go, oh, I'll fucking charge $200 to mulch that. But if I catch it, I'm going to charge $200. I'm going to say I'm going to fucking charge you, obviously, the green waste element and the time element. It's, yeah, that's a bizarre one. That's why I float through the comments, because I don't want to fucking, I don't want to get into arguments with people who are like making assumptions on other people's prices and shit like that. I think there's too much of that. People assume too much about other people's businesses.
It's really funny that we're in one of these industries where you could be in the same location, you could be running, almost the same equipment, but you got two businesses that are night and day apart and they do things so differently. And you take all of these little scenarios and it's our whole industry, man.
Yeah.
Like your pricing structures, the equipment used, the way that you do it, the information that one contractor knows and what the other person doesn't know. Like if you're a chippy or if you're a sparky or you're a plumber or something, there's kind of like a criteria, like you do your TAFE course, you do, your apprenticeships and things like that, and you get taught the same things.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's probably a little bit different now.
And I'd say once those people aren't working for a company and they'd move, if they were moving into their own business, they'd probably have a few little tweaks to that where they thought that other business wasn't doing what they, the efficient way and blah, blah, blah. I think everyone finds their own path, but yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's definitely like
But in this industry,
this one, it's
like
fucking
every
everyone.
Business owner is like an influencer or trying to educate.
Yeah.
And I can never really figure out why an everyday business, like a lawn mowing contractor, why are we caring so much about what anyone else is doing? Like we've discussed all these things before, like we should be.
I think that some people just approach it wrong. I think sharing knowledge is everything, especially in like a business where we don't go to TAFE for fucking 4 years.
Is it really sharing knowledge if there's just so much? I'm not going to say hypocrisy, but like if no one agrees with it, is it really knowledge?
Yeah, I don't know. There'd be people out there that probably think of the same thing about us. Like, what the fuck are these two dickheads talking about shit that, you know, that their opinion is that everything we say is wrong. We've got our haters, so.
But I mean, I think we've done a pretty good job. Maybe not in the early days of Skull Sessions.
Yeah,
but we've done a pretty reasonable job at being neutral these days.
I think so,
especially for people who actually have stakes in something. Like, you're an ambassador for Skag, and we talk about fucking zero-turn mowers all the time.
That's true.
And you give brands their props.
Yeah.
I'm a whole catching, you know, that's my marquee product. I sell blades. I sell, you know, trimmer handles, all of these other things that, you know, are supposed to, you know, like I'm selling all of these things that are a luxury in our work life, but you know, at the end of the day, like, do you really need it?
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right.
And I've been pretty neutral, like, you know, at the end of the day, if someone says to me like, oh, the Whipper Gripper, for example, like I think that is like one of these things, like it's a fucking, it's a must have
for me now, for my boys. It's not a luxury anymore; it's a must have.
Yeah, but lots of people, you know, would sit. You know, but really, when it comes down to it, right, if I had to be as honest as I possibly can, and let's say I went completely bankrupt and I just had a whippersnipper, I can still fucking use it with a loop handle.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
true.
Like,
yeah.
You know, and you can too. Like, we don't make anyone do anything.
Yeah.
So, yes, do we outline the positives? Yes.
Yeah. I definitely get where I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I mean, so now what I'm trying to say is that, man, like, someone mulches it, you know, Ben Vandergeesen, the person, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not so much in your LMCA communities. I think they understand that now, but like just publicly on social media, people who don't understand my story, or people who, you know, like lately I've been accused as a dodgy salesman who doesn't know fuck all about the industry. And, you know, like no one knows that I got 20 years under my belt of mowing every single type of client or situation you could ever think of. And you're accusing me of what? You know, like...
Yeah. I don't think anyone's ever accused me of doing anything. Some of these people
I'd fucking probably already done, you know, millions of lawns when they're sucking on their mum's tit.
Yeah. I honestly, I haven't had anyone give me much negative, but, you know, they probably wouldn't.
On your opinion, though?
Yeah. Because a lot of the time, like, I'm not...
you are pretty neutral.
I try and stay neutral because... At the end of the day, like I can give people the information about how I run my business and how like things have worked for me and where things have been successful and not. And I'll be honest, like there's a few things that I've done that have fucked my, you know, that have fucked my motivation and, you know, fucked my gear, you know, maintenance wise and but just all different stuff. But no one has.
Even think about this as an example, right?
Actually,
people like you and me.
I lie. People give me shit about Skag all the time.
Yeah,
I completely forgot about all that shit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Think about this for an example, right? Hey Ben and BJ, what's the perfect mowing trailer setup? Yeah. All right, well, you know, 3 cube section in the back, so high walls, 60-inch up to 60-inch capacity zero turn platform here on the front. Push mowing deck on the front. You got your racks or your drawers, whatever. To me, that's like one of the most ultimate rigs, right? Because you got all your rubbish back here. You got your zero turn here. You can carry another zero turn if you have to. You got your push mower here. You know, and who's to say that the very next person that you tell that to, they go, why? Just use a fucking box trailer with fucking couple of pine sleepers for ramps.
Yeah.
You know, like that's
the beauty of this business because you can just walk in with a Commodore, a fucking push mower and a snipper and a blower, and away you go. I mean, you don't even need a blower. I've seen some guys.
Come on, you need a blower.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm going out on a limb.
I recommend a blower, but I've seen guys fucking sweeping. Like I've seen old boys, getting a bit of beer money up their sleeve, fucking sweeping off paths after they've mowed. Like
homeowners?
No, these are guys that I see doing like.
Come on.
No shit, man. There's a guy that's around the corner from Lou's mum and dad's. Fucking almost religiously, that guy's there mowing the same lawn over and over again. He's got his boot open. I mean, in all honesty, that's a worry in itself. Like an old fella pulling it's a little 19-inch Honda, but fuck me, he's going to do his back in. He's going to do a Benny.
So anyway, with the debate, I don't know. I love seeing it, but yeah. I've just gotten so maybe we're all just exhausted by it.
I think when things start to get a little bit personal, I think that's when it sort of takes a turn. I think at the start it was funny.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and I know that there's something going on right now that's getting personal.
Yeah, and it's a bit here you go, and again that's why I stay out of it. I got bigger fish to fry than fucking what those boys are doing in their backyards.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I love it. Like, I'm not being accused of anything.
Yeah, you get to be the spectator for once, like not the fucking instigator.
I get to sort of sit there and, it's good market research for me.
Yeah. But I don't know if you've noticed, though, even when people put shit on Skag, I don't jump in. I just don't see the point in arguing with people who have fucking, zero idea. If it was someone who owned a Skag and then got a different machine, then I would take note. But when it's someone who's like, fucking don't buy a Skag, they're shit. It's like, what fucking experience do you have? Like, where in the industry do you sit right now? How much zero-turn experience? Like, so you're fucking crazy.
Oh, it blows my mind.
I'm just like,
someone can possibly...
Just an uneducated person. But I've had some really good people come out and fucking ask some really good questions lately, and I've put together like a little package on my phone that I send to people now when they ask me about things like the spindle construction and different elements of Skag, and I've got it all there because I've fielded so many questions. I thought, fuck, I got to stop. I keep having to Google the same fucking information and send the links. I was like, now I've got it all in my phone, ready to go.
Can I share some insightful information that I have been tracking since about November?
Send it to me.
So I've had 27 new customers to Catch Pro buy a grass catcher and underbolt their mulch kit, their dedicated mulch kit on their zero turn.
Really?
27, yeah. I thought it was a bit higher.
Tis the fucking season.
I thought it was a bit high, but it was about 27.
Yeah.
So...
Look, I do think the boys in different and girls in different areas would have fucking struggled to mulch in these conditions.
Anyone will tell you. Like, I've commented on a few posts that I thought were pretty good neutral comments. And I'm not sure if any other states get that native buffalo. I know you fucking love it. So we call it carpet grass.
I fucking love it.
I actually had someone from interstate here. It was it's fucking Dirk Diggler.
Oh yeah, nice.
I had Dirk here, and he saw some. He goes, "What's that?" And I said, "That's fucking native buffalo."
Yeah,
like carpet grass. He goes, "Oh, I've heard of carpet grass, and we kind of have it too." But he's like, "The leaf is so broad."
It's so broad, isn't it? Yeah,
and
it's big.
It is just so dreamy to mulch.
It's
Man,
so
you
good.
can mulch, side throw, catch it. It is fantastic. My old man loves it. My old man digs it out and tries to plant it.
Oh, he tries
in the rest of his yard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dad, if it doesn't want to be there, it won't be there.
No, it's definitely like it's a condition grass. So we had one property that the whole thing was carpet grass. It was there was a creek.
Remember my last place?
Oh yeah.
I actually planted some zoysia stuff, stuff with it, but
there was a bit
like 60% of that big patch.
The only thing is that in winter it really turns off and gets sad.
It does go dormant,
yeah.
And I would expect. So also, if when it starts to dry out, she really suffers.
Yeah,
this shit can live in.
And it curls up. It's fucking crazy. My whole footpath is carpet grass, but they've taken it all away.
But you know where it can work fantastic, but also against you. Like I'm just a typical, like with that carpet grass, I like to just push it as far as, like I cut the fuck out of it, man.
Yeah.
Like I had it like, and just with not using a normal mower, like I would whatever I used to use as my lowest cut, like I was significantly lower.
Yeah.
Like I just love to fucking belt the shit down.
Yeah, well, I've got buffalo on the inside, and yeah, I had carpet on the footpath because we had mango trees and stuff, and then
I don't know
all
why
the fucking things.
When you said like I got buffalo on the inside, I just immediately thought of pubic hair.
Oh, yeah, that does. Yeah, it rings a bell. A little bit of pubes.
If you were going to describe your pubes in a grass species, what would you be?
Paspalum. I'm fucked, eh? It's
mine would be no, I don't know. I don't know. I literally don't.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
I know Rusty would be blue cooch. That is a fucking dense bush.
Just thick.
That is a dense bush.
Yeah.
Trying to work your way through to the cock, mate.
Yeah. Mine would get lost in the pubes. That's why I picked Paspalum. What's that field grass as well? I don't know what it is, but it's like a field grass and it's a really long, thin, stringy grass. It's nice to cut when it's maintained, but it's a dog when it's fucking long. That's what it's like. I have to get the fucking clippers out, tidy up a bit sometimes.
Is that it's not like a zoysia type?
No, I don't know what it is.
Is it a turf type or is it just a grassy plant?
It's just I think it's just a grassy. It's like in a few fields that I mow. There's actually a player. I got to find someone with a flail mower. I got this 35-acre property. I've got someone coming out to do a bit of slashing of some lantana, which actually the cheetah is fucking gobbling through. Like I'm doing sections. I'll probably do like an acre every time I'm there. So I'll mow all the nice area. And once like I've mowed for say like 6 or 7 hours, I'll spend an hour and I'll do an acre of lantana. And it's fucking chewing through. It's actually easier to cut through than some of the long grass that I've done previously.
Yeah. So. And I mean, the mowers, they're just like they're capable, but they're not really designed for it.
No, but it just fucking munches and spits it. The only thing is it's very, very hilly. Not to the point where I'm scared, but yeah, we're going to get one of those Osco rabbits. Have you seen those? They're no, yeah, well, that's what I thought when I first Googled it.
The rabbit ears?
But it looks like a razorback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a similar mower to razorback, all-wheel drive. Yeah, Paul, I don't. I'll talk to you later about it. But yeah, he's going to come. I think he's going to try and knock out a section for me, which is good.
Yeah, nice.
But yeah, it's a good property. Fuck, you'd love the horses, man. There's like fucking 20-something horses across the river, and I went to go and pat one. It was all pink. It was like, you know how they get like pink lips and pink eyes and shit?
Damn.
But it was a healthy horse.
Yeah,
it's just like white, like it's white, like almost albino.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh.
Yeah, well, they get sunburned.
I was like, you're a fucking cutie. Come over here and let me feed you some.
That pink is sunburned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking should have tried to give him some aloe vera. I'm there with a fucking fistful of grass, like trying to tempt him over. They're like, nah, we'll pass, mate. But
so on the catch mulch debate,
I'm Switzerland.
You said. I mean, obviously, I don't give a fuck about what these people talk about, but
just think of me as that little white chick on the couch, surrounded by all the BBCs.
Well,
I'm the chick.
Here's something for everyone to consider, right?
Give it to me.
Would it be fair to say that, and BJ said it earlier, but to just lay it all out there, right? Would it be fair to say, here's a few things, I don't know how many are going to rattle off my head, but the best advice that you can really give or get, or the best advice that widespread in the industry is that we should be mowing accordingly. So with your heights, Some markets require you to be cutting low. Some markets require you to be cutting higher. You can be in one street and cut a lawn at 2.5 inches, and you can go to another street around the corner. You might have to mow that at 4.5 inches. Is it fair to say that we're just in one of those industries where one rule or one way of thinking just doesn't apply to everyone?
No, not at all.
So if you look at someone like...
It doesn't apply to every customer either.
Yeah.
It's not just the contractor. It's a customer that will, you know, unless you're one of these guys, I'm not fucking letting the customer dictate anything to me. And that's fine.
Don't get me wrong. There's always
that's fucking sweet. But there's going to be some customers out there that don't want their lawn mulched. And there's some out there that'll be perfectly fine to do that. And there's no... I just think, look, best piece of advice, you do you.
But let's say
do you, Benny.
Let's say you got two completely different businesses, and I'm just going to use names as references.
Like fake ones?
No, real ones.
Oh.
Well, they're public threads. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, true dat.
You know. So you got Daniel Smith.
Yep.
Up. Where's he located?
Harvey Bay.
Harvey Bay. And he has a 100% dedicated catching business. And he's figured out a way to build a business and make excellent money with one type of business model. And he's 100% committed and equipped to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he is very proud of himself and loves his finish. And I mean, he catches things that I wouldn't even dream of catching, right?
Yeah.
Then you have Paul Luck, who has a completely different philosophy. And it's like, get the right clients. If you have to educate them, you educate them. I'm only mulching. And I'm going to charge you X amount to do that. And then I'm going to go home.
Yep.
Now, both of these business models and personalities are day and night apart.
Mm-hmm.
But both people are saying to everyone else out there, hey, you got to do it this way.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to do this way. That looks fucked. This is too much work. Imagine if I was to do that. Rah, rah, rah. But they both have successful businesses. Now, the ceiling for each business, I don't know. What do you reckon? I think, now, people will say that I'm biased, but I actually believe that the catching style has a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
Because it's going to attract a higher end client and it's going to be more appealing to a customer.
In regards to those two businesses, I think Daniel just having a higher capacity to take on workload from what I've seen, I think that's the difference. I think realistically they can
No, okay,
both...
so let's say...
Well, Paul's already said he only works 4 days a week.
Yeah, but what is the ceiling? So let's say if he wanted to put on 6 crews of 2 people and they go out and mow for a day and they do all of these jobs.
Yeah.
And then you have someone like Daniel Smith who's like, well, I'm going to put on 6 to 10 crews.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing rah, rah. The ceiling is only my opinion, so I'm not going to say what's right because that goes against what we've been saying the whole time. But let's say Parliament House, for example, they want a mowing contractor and these are their 2 options.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we all just have to think, what are they going to go with? Are they going to go with these guys that are like mulching and in and out in 30 minutes for $100?
Yeah.
Or are they going to go with this top quality, top dollar finish?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too. Like, you have to remember the expense that Daniel would have to put into his business to get that kind of business compared to what Paul's going to throw in, a couple more fucking turd masters or time masters, whatever the fuck they are. Daniel's got to spend fucking $250,000 on equipment.
Yeah, but what's the ceiling?
Well, that's true, yeah.
Like, you're always, your main goal in business is to earn more than what the business costs you to run.
Yeah.
That's always your main goal.
Yeah.
Sometimes to get there, you have to take a step back.
Yeah. I think when you're leveling up, I think especially, it just depends on the kind of work that you get. like if Daniel stayed in residential stuff, I get it.
He's in resi.
No, I mean, like if he stayed there, but when you go and get these bigger contracts, sometimes it starts working off volumes and instead of like finish it, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, look, I'm not going to reveal any pricing or whatever, but to put everyone in context, right? The work that you do out on the waterfront is different if you were quoting 2.5 acres, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you base it on volumes.
Yes.
And it's the same when we walk into a village. Well, we might have a business that turns over $4,000 a week and it takes us all week to do it.
Yeah.
Let's say me and a solo worker or me as a solo, whatever it is. You walk into a village and it requires almost the same amount of hours, but you don't put that $4,000 price tag on it because you're basing it on volumes.
Yeah.
You no longer have to, I mean, I don't know, prices have probably changed since I've quoted a village.
Yeah.
But you no longer have to drive between every job.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there's dumping on site, sometimes there's this, sometimes that. So you can afford to do it. That 4,000 might come down to like 2,700.
Yeah.
And you're still making the same amount of profit, but technically what you're doing is a bigger area, but it's just way more efficient.
Yeah. My villagers would not enjoy mulch finish. That's across the board. No village that I've got now, which is 5, would accept a mulched finish. And that's like I've actually had consultations with them saying like, oh, you know, we could side discharge this and we could.
So are we talking side discharge or mulch?
Well, you know, I would probably put the chute down and mulch and then I'd fucking roll over again.
Because where I think...
Because that's where it gets difficult because I have that kind of business that's in like... Because we're side discharging and we're catching, you know, using the Catch Pro and we're using...
Okay, cool.
So I can go back and forth.
That's right. Can I just quickly throw a spanner in the works? So say someone like Daniel Smith, he doesn't have the ability now to do a 1 acre block slash.
Yeah.
Efficiently.
Yeah.
Like it would be silly to do it on that machine.
Yeah.
And this is the whole reason why we actually invented the Catch Pro.
Yeah.
Was, you know, we needed to figure out a way. We had some zero turns. We had these larger contracts. But we weren't actually able to utilize the zero turns on the big contracts because the finish wasn't there. Now, what I was going to say, I'll let you get back to it in a minute.
I'll probably forget about what I was saying.
Oh, sorry. Do you want to come in now?
No, I've already forgotten.
Oh, sorry. But
sorry.
You know, if you've got a business that doesn't run under one specific structure, then all of a sudden you can have, you know, a Tiger Cat or a V-Ride and you're able to do, you know, all of these different applications.
Yeah.
Whereas, and it's what I've always said about a walker, you know, superior grass catching machine, excellent in that residential market. But what do you do when you've faced against do you just not take the business if you've got, you know, a 3 or 4 foot block slash?
That's
or
it.
Something that is a little bit hilly or a bit rough.
I know they have like a multi-deck. I've never fucked with it. Like I don't know what it's about.
They do have multi-decks now, but you still got other limitations.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, all the moving parts and the, you know, like...
I think, look, to be honest, I just think there's so many variables. There's so many different expectations from all over the place. I just don't think anyone's actually got... I don't think anyone's got...
But does
the
anyone
right
have
to
a
say,
right? Yeah, good.
I'm the right. I don't think there are some people out there, and I said it back in the day where people think that their business is the benchmark for everyone else to aim for, and I don't think anyone's there yet.
I want to make it clear as well to all our listeners that we're not just coming out and just straight up dissing the industry.
Nah,
it's not
at
really.
all. Fuck, I'd be fucking.
Like we didn't create
this industry.
We didn't create this. We're just reporting what we see.
Yeah.
You know, and having a discussion. But for me, like, I would want to see, like, some of these people who are just claiming, like, no, this is the way to do it. This is the best way to have a business, rah. Like, man, do we need to start seeing some spreadsheets? Like, do we need to start seeing some actual, tax returns? And, like how awesome is this business actually?
Yeah.
Compared to, this one or, yeah.
I think there's not many people out there that would be 100% honest anyway. Like I know some fucking people who represent brands and I know some shit that they would never let get public. And I'm only privileged to that because I am like, I talk to everyone. Like the events have opened up this fucking whole different path of conversations that I'm looking behind the curtain and I'm looking in front of it. So I kind of got both. And you would have the same sort of view.
It eats me alive, BJ.
Like there's stuff that I
know about people in this industry.
It's crazy.
I know what people have done.
Imagine we could just get fucking blind one day and do like a Skull Sessions tell all, but then we'd be fucked. We would never part two.
I couldn't do it unless I was leaving the industry and never coming back.
It's one of the things that, like, look, I talk to a lot of people and I would never tell people shit that they've asked me to keep confident. It's just not in my best interest. If it was something like a safety thing, I would definitely be like, hey, you need to say something about it. But
well, it's one of those things, right, BJ, where...
But if it doesn't really...
And this is what we tell other people too, is like, we should all be worrying about ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of worrying about the next person?
Yeah.
Who cares if that person is throwing grass on the road? Who cares if that person doesn't have a whippy guard on?
See, in my eyes, someone who fucking side discharges onto the road as a ex-motorcycle enthusiast... That's a fucking no. That's a safety thing. I think.
Yeah, I know. I'm not disagreeing with that. It's just that
I think
life's too short to just be, constantly worried about, and social media's blown all this up.
Oh fuck yeah.
Look,
I spend a lot of time on social media and I know that it's like a bit of a fucking minefield. And I don't do as much as I used to in the way of content, but I do it as like way more interaction behind the scenes, like messaging people, like I'm, always talking to someone. But yeah, I can see where some people, and I don't get what the fuck is going on right now on social media where people are claiming things that are so untrue, like we're the fucking forefront of this and we're the ones that, fuck, what is going on? Like, we're the ones who started this in Australia and for a fact that is not true. I don't call anyone out on it, but if you go through and see people's, like their bios and stuff.
We've come a long way in this industry in the last, like, I used to say 5 years, but I mean, LMCA's already been around for 5 years.
Yeah.
Catch Pro's been around for 6 years.
Yeah.
But stand-ons, they've been around for 4 years.
Yeah.
So the industry really, it has come so far.
Mm-hmm.
We used to be like 15 years behind the US. Now we're like a year or two.
Yeah. And then you see like number one fastest growing landscaping company. It's like, how the fuck do you know? Like, how can you make that claim on a... Like, I don't like people presenting themselves as something they're not. Like, I'm a fat 40-year-old fucking in like fucking event planning, lawn mowing fucking guy. And people know me for that. I wouldn't claim anything that I couldn't claim to.
I think any time that you have to say it, like if it's self-proclaimed, it doesn't mean as much.
And I know you know who I'm talking about, and I'm trying to skirt around it. I'm
opting to scoot around it.
Yeah, I am too. The hide on the dude for fucking saying that he is the reason why these things happened in Australia and just some of the shit that it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
And it's someone who's quite influential in the fucking industry. It's not like they're just fucking Phil from down the road saying they're number one and they were at the forefront. And it's like,
but then again, there's a lot of there's also the other side of the things. Like I do think, you know, people like Gary Ashton and Luke Smith and, you know, certain key figures, even, you know, people who they don't necessarily have big social media profiles or whatever, but they're still very influential.
Yeah.
All of that stuff has been fantastic. You know, and even look at, let's say someone like Tim the Lawnmower Man. Like, he is just, even though he's like not like from our industry and he's not like in, you know, he's not running a proper business and stuff. I mean, what a great story that is.
Yeah. It's just completely left field. I've talked to Tim a few times and he's messaged me about, especially when we've made comments on YouTube and stuff like that. He's like, messaged me. He's like, this is how it actually works. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. Like, it's because it's not my realm. Like, I you know, I don't have the information, and it's good to have people there that are willing to reach out and tell me how it is.
It's definitely a unique industry. Like it's just, I just don't believe that, like, if you go into other industries, people like start on each other about you know what equipment they're using.
Yeah.
Or people like will sit there and say like, look, why are you charging this? Or why are you asking me what I'm charging?
Yeah.
Or why are you even asking me how much to charge?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just,
Yeah.
we've definitely got a unique industry.
Fucking fly just jumped in my mic. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. And, you know, we've heard the crazy stories. It's not unique to Australia, like the American market.
Yeah.
They reckon that they're mowing fucking like half cocked. Like,
Yeah. They got
crazy.
fucking, they're like, I got my gat in my back pocket. I can't wait. I'm going to be fucking touching everyone's back pocket.
So, yeah, I mean, the good, the bad, the ugly. Right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I better pick it.
Oh, no. Something cool is I was talking to Paul the other day, and I'm Paul Sheehan.
Okay.
Trying to convince
Who's
him.
he? Well, some people might not know.
Oh, well, Paul is, is he the general manager or CEO?
I think his actual title is general manager.
Okay.
But essentially
at RGS, which is the distributor for Gravely and Bushranger, and look,
they're also the parent company for GA Spares.
Yeah, they have their fingers in so many pies. But look, this industry has given me so much. That's why I tend to stay neutral in things as well. In regards to the event and stuff, yeah, I went out and had a chat with Paul the other day, and my wife was with me, Louise. She came too, and man, everyone, like, this is not a one-off story. This happened with Ego. It's happened with International Mowers. It's happened with Mass Sport. It's happened with SME. These guys are on board 100%, and they're willing to help market my event. Obviously, it's going to have some benefit for them, but for them to offer me the resource is just like, they're so invested in this industry. Obviously, like, that's their whole thing. But, you know, I'm hoping that we can give them a return in investment, because, like,
well, anytime that they get exposure, it's
I do. But I was just blown away because I didn't expect that. I expected them to come. Like, I think that it would be great for them to come. But when they offered me that little extra,
see, they are the type of businesses that actually want to interact with your everyday contractor.
Yeah.
So,
well, look at Paul. He's fucking Duncan, Baz. These guys are all out there. Gary from Greenworks, like, all these big guys are out there. Fucking, their faces and their comments are all there on LMCA to see. Like, they're there to help, and it's wild because, like, look at what Paul's in charge of, and even in the background, there's other people that are working with them in the background to help as well.
It blows my mind sometimes, like, and I guess this hasn't happened in a while, but I think of myself, like, you know, I had Greenscape Solutions for, you know, however many years, and then started up Catch Pro, which was a real shit fight, and gained some traction, and sort of think about who I am. Like, I've never done any business courses. I didn't finish school. This is not a rags to riches spiel, by the way, because I've never really been poor.
Yeah.
I've always been a bum, but I've never really been poor. Like,
yeah.
I've never really worn shoes, but I've always had them, right?
Yeah.
But it just always blew my mind. Like, I remember I would be at a village or at one of my really nice clients' place, and you do a lot of thinking when you're on the tools.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of, it could be manifesting or it could be reminiscing and just a lot of thinking. You know, and I remember thinking sometimes, like, especially at the mansion, because I used to be there so much. And I was like, I've seen this dude have kids. Like, I've seen his kids grow up.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've seen these kids that were wearing onesies, and now they're like
doing
driving lessons, you know.
Yeah.
And then you kind of fast forward, and, you know, I remember just sitting in Paul Sheehan's office one day at RGS, and I'm like, I'm in this dude's office, like he's a really important dude.
Yeah.
What am I even doing here? And I'll never forget also, it was my first real one, Pete Jameson from Cox Mowers.
Yep.
Who, like, he's a shareholder and he's part owner, and he's, you know, he runs the everyday operations, and he's been involved in huge companies before Cox. But the first time that Vicky and I, like, were in that fancy conference room over at Cox, and you see all the history and the lineage of, you know, the companies, and you're like, I'm sitting in here right now, like, doing business.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's bizarre, man. I kind of got that when, like, I went to the US.
Absolutely.
The first time.
You get flown over to the fucking US, it's all expenses paid, and you see, like, you're not allowed cameras in there.
But it's not even...
BJ's allowed in there.
Yeah, it's not even just that. It was when we had dinner with, like...
When you got your first pash from a skag rep?
Blah, blah, blah. No, like when we were having dinner with the guys, like the hierarchy from Skag, like the guys, like we were there with the R&D team, all like the GM and like all the people, the marketing manager. I'm just there, just like fucking taking it all in. I think like that's what I love. Like I've always been of the opinion, like if you don't know, just keep your mouth shut and fucking listen, because eventually you'll pick it up. And like I am from, like, I did, even when my kids were young, like we were so poor at one stage because we were a single income family, and like, you know, we didn't know what was going to happen with Ella. Like we had Ella, and Lou was straight in, like she was earning the same amount of money as me, but then she had to go straight to being a full-time carer. And this wasn't like a thing that was, you know, a 5-month or 6-month experience. This was she was 15. So Lou's been a full-time carer for 15 years. So we've been single income for that long. And I had to, like, I was the income. And at one stage we were so poor. I hope they don't listen, but when Lou's mum and dad used to go away for a weekend, we used to sneak over to their house and steal Coke Zero cans, and we used to steal steaks. We used to steal a steak.
A big one.
Yeah, we used to steal a steak each because we couldn't afford it. And that was a long time ago, and things have changed. And hopefully, I mean, I mow their grass now and I don't charge them, so hopefully we're evens. But, you know, like from that, obviously, like we had some fucked up shit happen. Like I had a massive car crash. Like, you know, to work towards what we're doing now is huge. It's night and day.
But everyone, you know, more to your point about the income, and everyone has their own journey.
Yeah, that's
like,
it.
And we all have different things that we want. Like, you look at a guy like Tyson from EPMS.
Yeah.
And you look at other like businesses, but they're lifestyle businesses.
Yeah.
They're day and night apart. Like, no one can really sit there and, you know, say like, well, you know, what I'm doing is so much better than what you're doing, and I make this amount of money, and, you know, I mean, I think everyone can probably agree that solo operators, the ceiling is far lower than what someone can have.
Yeah.
When you're running a crew.
Yeah.
And I'm just talking about the ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a solo operator,
yeah, you
there
max
are
out
only so many lawns that you can actually mow
Yeah.
in a day, a week, a month. But when you're running multiple crews, let's say even though your profit figures are similar, the ceiling is always there. You're always, you're always on that stepping stone to becoming whatever it is that you can get it to become.
Yeah.
Someone like Tyson, for example, earns more money before he's had breakfast than what a solo operator can make in a couple of days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is no comparison there. So, that's another thing too, like lifestyles versus crews and things like that. Like, it's just not relevant.
Yeah.
To
You, baby.
Huh?
You do you.
So, like, even me, for example, now, like, when I first started Catch Pro, there was this weird misconception. Like, I would do some podcasts. Like, I did one with Brian, did one with Gaz, did one with Luke. There seemed to be some sort of misconception that, like, I was trying to do it to be around my family more.
Yeah.
And it just isn't true.
Yeah.
Like, I've always...
Well, you were cooked. You were injured.
Yeah.
And
but, like, even when I had greenscapes, like, I was always there. Like... I've always been a family guy.
Yeah.
And as soon as Catch Pro started to take off, my work-life balance was way out. It had never been more off than what it was.
Yeah. Just because you're at home doesn't mean you can engage. That's the thing I think people...
and I've said the story before. Like, I remember one of the girls... They'd never do this to me now.
Yeah.
But one of the girls sort of, come up to me one day and they're like, when you finish building that Catch Pro, could we like jump on the trail or whatever it was? And I was like, oh man. I was like,
you got me in the feels.
I was like, fuck. And I just, put down my riveter and I was like,
Yeah.
Now that we got the horses,
yeah,
I virtually stop between 3 and 6 every day.
Yeah.
But that's even though it's, it's painful, it's a headache, it's all of this. I've had a gutful by then anyway.
Yeah.
I'd rather get out.
It gives you an out as well.
Like, yeah, and I make most of my phone calls and punch some lung busters.
Fuck, my Bluetooth is, well, actually my whole stereo is cooked in the Isuzu and I haven't had a fucking chance. I haven't had a second to go and get it fixed.
Yeah.
Making fucking phone calls is killing me because I used to... I don't know if there's a misconception about me too, but last year, after everything with Ella, I did come off the tools for a while, and I did decide that I was going to manage the business instead of being on the tools full time, which didn't mean I wasn't going to get physical now and again. But I have, in the last 12 months, fucking just gone hard out, and I'm back in the rig every day almost.
But that's because being a manager, would you have to admit, is just overrated?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, I understand it. You don't have to get up and you don't have to go through the daily grind.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to get up at 5. You don't have to be in the rig at 6:30. You don't have to be pulling cords at 7 o'clock. I get it.
The job satisfaction wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't go and look back at what I'd achieved for the day and gone, fuck yeah. And that might be a thing because I don't deal with any of the accounts, so I don't look at money. I don't see what comes in. I don't see what goes out. So maybe that had something to do with it. But I love mowing lawns. I'm not a cylinder mower guy. I'm not a fucking push mower guy. I love being on a zero turn all day.
Do you still love the hedge trim?
Yep, fucking love trimming hedges. I love straight edging. I don't know. It's just something I love doing.
Because that's something that I really miss. Hedge trimming became like 80% of what we ended up doing for a long time. And I'll never forget those days, even when it was as hot as hell. I'll never forget those days. And times have changed, but you give the gearbox a little grease and you chuck your plugs in. You got your sun cream on the back of your neck, and you don't have to talk to anyone until you run out of fuel. Mm-hmm. And you just shape up these hedges. Yeah, and I'm not talking about climbing ladders and doing
I know what you mean.
Across villages, nice hedges that have been maintained.
Yeah,
and you could just fucking short back, front and sides onto the next one.
Yeah,
boom, boom, boom. I'll never forget those days of where
maintain
you can zone out.
Yeah, that's what I love.
I used to always just, put on some gangster rap or whatever.
I do all my best thinking when my headphones are on because it just blocks everything else out and I can actually think about things. which I think, and I don't know this for sure, was part of the reason why I got through, like, obviously, like, I'm not over everything that happened with Ella, but I had time to sort of grieve by myself.
And just decompress.
And when I was having a shit day, I was out on the mower. I mow such big properties, no one can tell if I'm fucking bawling my eyes out or not. Yeah. I'm fucking sweet as. So, like, obviously I have my good days and my bad days, but, if I'm having my bad days while I'm mowing, I can get through them. It's when if
you're locked at home.
It's good.
Face people as well.
And I think people, I don't know, some people work so hard that, it becomes fucked up. I think for me, the event and the other bits and pieces that I do, that's kind of like my hobbies. The event's a bit more now because it's a business, but mowing lawns is still a job, but it's good because I enjoy it. And then this other stuff is kind of like hobby kind of work. But
see, Vicky and I, we're committed right now. So it doesn't matter how much time it takes up. It doesn't matter how much we work. It doesn't matter how much we invest.
Yeah.
We just want it.
Yeah.
We want everything.
And this industry will give you whatever you put into it.
Yeah. And money is, no one, and everyone can say it, and it is, like, money is not the end all be all. Like,
no, we're still.
But let me say, if you have your health.
Yeah.
And you have, your people around you and your children are doing well and your relationships are doing well, then the money is fucking mad to come along with it.
It's,
you know what I mean?
It's not something I would be like, no thanks.
Like, the money is like, your health is the most important thing. But if you're healthy, fucking gears the money.
Yeah. Like some of the stories I tell Lou about my childhood, she's like, what the fuck? Like, and you have to remember there's people that come from all walks of life. There's people that would have been fucking way poorer than us. But yeah, it's not bad. Like, realistically, to be able to do what I love and put food on the table and, be able to get cold rock now and again, although that shit's getting fucking expensive. Fucking $80 for 4 fucking ice creams. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man, everything is
what the fuck is going on? Fucking get Uber One, get free delivery, and then they slap $15 on a burger. It's like, hey.
I saw a post. So the NBA playoffs are about to start, and the Sixers are facing New York in the first round, I'm a Sixers guy.
Yeah.
And they said, the last time these guys faced in the first round was 1989. Back then, you could get bread for this, you could get milk for this, you could get a Big Mac for 75 cents.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Fucking
What
hell.
the fuck?
You couldn't even buy a pickle for 75 cents.
Nah, I don't think you could buy it. Remember?
No, I'm just talking about the one piece of pickle that you get. Can I add extra pickles? Yeah, that'll be $7.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Because so someone put me onto it. Oh, I think it was Zombie. He put me onto something called a heart attack, and it's a double quarter pounder, but it has extra pickles, extra onions, and extra sauce. It's fucking amazing. Seriously,
I'm so shit at eating, but like, I just don't have the capacity to eat.
I can't eat that shit anymore.
My stomach, or whatever it is, inside, like, it just must be so small. Like, I just can't eat huge meals.
So I got really good the last month, basically since Chloe's birthday. So she had this birthday party, and there were all these lollies and shit left over, and every night I was like, ooh, num 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 num. So I legit got. So I don't have sugar in my coffees, and like I don't drink sugary drinks, nothing. I have no sugar. You can't tell because I'm still fat fuck. But I cut sugar out, and when I started getting back on it, it became like a drug, man. Every night, fucking, I was shelving. I was fucking throwing teaspoons of sugar up my asshole.
Castle sugar. Is that the fine one?
Powdered sugar.
Oh yeah.
Like on the top of Krispy Kremes, just with a $5 note, just
walk around with a little thumb bump. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. But anyway, I got real into it. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been slowly weaning myself back off sugar, and I feel so much better. But yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Like, it's so weird. Like to have something that's so simple, like sugar, and it just fucked my life up. It fucked my flow, and I put on so much weight in those couple of weeks. And I was like, damn, I got to get back into it. And it was just like, yeah, it was weird. I don't know where I was going with that story before. I fucked it up. I fucked up.
Well, anyway, we have been going for a while, so
yeah, we have.
we might.
I'm gonna go and have some sugar.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was talking about the heart attack burger.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I don't do any of that shit anymore. That was whenever I'm with the boys. They're always because they're fit and healthy. They're like,
young lads, eh?
Get some fucking KFC. Have some new KFC hot rods. Fucking Will's talking about. He's like, yeah, I had KFC at lunch and then had this red rooster. Oh, it was so much better for dinner. I was like.
Yeah, but life on the road,
mate. If I had KFC for lunch...
Life on the road, like I know you're on the road, but you're on a zero turn, right? But life on the road, when you get out there, you're snipping fucking million miles, hedging, you can eat that shit.
Yeah, there's something to that carnivore diet. Sorry to all the veggies out there, but whenever I eat just meat, I feel so much better. Meat and like a bit of veg on the side, I fucking feel so much better.
Meat's the bomb, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, excessive amounts of anything are bad for you, right?
Oh yeah, diarrhea.
Except for cum. Shouldn't have said that. All right, let's tune out before this gets dumb.
Yeah, fucking oath.
Don't forget to keep an eye out on the LMCA thread today.
Or you can go jump onto the fucking LLEE, the website, and register. Do your pre-register. That's where you're going to get your tickets from for the door prizes. And jump onto the social medias for the Lawn and Equip Expo, man. The Lawn and Land Equip Expo. I fucked that up too.
And also, don't forget, because it's getting colder, it's always my favourite seasons for workwear.
Oh, yeah.
Jump on the Bad Workwear website. I bought a vest.
Oh, did you?
I'm not a vest dude. Like a puff.
I'm a shoody guy.
They got, I have a shoody as well.
Yeah.
But a zipper one.
Okay.
I couldn't do a dedicated one. So a shoody is a sleeveless hoodie.
Yeah, I'm going to admit to something right now. I've got a fucking schmick skag vest.
Wait, is it brown?
No, it's black. It's black with a big skag. But I'm just too fat.
What?
Oh, there's 2 pallets here of boxes.
Oh.
Trying to call you.
Damn. Oh, we gotta go.
I gotta sign out.
Yeah.
Until next time, I'm at Catch Pro. He's at TBL, and we're out of time.
Go and get your boxes, Ben. Run, 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 run.